Hello, and welcome to building the Milton Valley Railroad. It's been a while, because things came up, and so, yes, it's been a while. So I'm excited to continue. Just setting up the final bits. Hello, Kangafanga, welcome. Oh, right, the stream title, yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on, 1 second. I knew there was something. So yeah, the final episode of the Haddoncote Tramway released. No, don't send all those emails. Recall them. Recall. Yeah, recall them totally. Hello, welcome, Elisa. Hello. So, let's get started, shall we? And by shall we, 1 second, I mean probably not yet. 1 second. I need to get that right. 1 second. Yeah, the settings in Trainz are being a bit uncooperative. Trying to set the render distance down. There we are. Okay, so let's get started. Switch over. Here we are. Hello. Hello. Sorry for being too tired to attend some streams, but this entire week has been exercises. Ah. Well, as long as it isn't exorcises, you're probably fine. Okay, so actually I'll increase the render distance a tiny little bit so that we can actually see what we did. Dene, what lassie, it is fine. So, last time, oh, that's not very promising. Look at that, the mouse pointer has a little waiting symbol on it. I wonder what Trainz is doing. Do the menus work? Ah, the menus don't quite work yet, so let's give it a bit more time. Make a school, hello, welcome. Yes, it's going quite well, thank you for asking. Just currently waiting for Trainz to catch itself. There we are. Does this menu also work? Yes, good. Anthony Sarson too, hello. There was a little blue globe, spinny icon. How are you? Both. So last time, we started working on putting in some of the scenery of the harbor area. Namely, putting in the asphalt, putting in the roads, and putting in some of the warehouses and factories and things like that. And that is all quite nice. So that's good. What's changed in the area since I've not been watching much? Well, we're currently building this area down here. So there are only 2 bits left to build. Well, 2 new bits, which is this bit, and then a little bit down in the city towards the terminus. Then after that, I'll go through several passes, like for example, updating some of the scenery, like with the rivers up here, and updating some of the trackside with some 3D bushes and things like that. But I might do that off stream, who knows. So yeah, currently we're working on this town over here, and it's going quite well. We've already gotten a lot of the scenery in up here, with all the buildings and things. Quite a bit down here as well. So we're working over on this bit. So, yes. Actually, hold on, I've got to quickly check something. Is the camera... Yeah, I think the camera's okay. Right. Well, okay. Off stream? Maybe, because it's not very fun just watching me going over the same areas that I've already built, improving them, probably. That lake with the dam looks like a heart. Huh. You're right, it does. Damn, yeah. Probably so. I figured out how to download third-party stuff into Trainz, but I gotta find a good website. I mean, if you ask on... Alright, you're not on Discord, sorry. I mean, Jointed Rail, I'm told, has some good stuff. But you've got to be careful, because I think several sites have pirated assets on them, which they do not have the authority to distribute, but they do anyway. Yes, I remember. Okay, so let's continue working on the scenery aspect of these areas. So I think this is the area that we were working on last. So let's continue with that. The main road comes in through here, which will kind of cut this oil storage area in parts. Oh, that's the website, Jointed Rails. I remember that now. Jointed Rail, yeah. There are others as well, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. So yeah, I'll put in a little green stripe either side, so that it's clearer that this is actually Trainz Forge. Ah, there you go, that's another one. Yeah, so it's clearer that this is actually a separate area. And then I'm probably not going to have many actual buildings over here. So to make this quick, I'll probably just paint over all of this and then repaint the ballast onto it afterwards. Okay. Actually, is that the correct texture? Yes. Actually, no, it isn't. Haha. 1 second. There we go, that's the correct texture. I knew it looked a bit off. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, Kango. Can I come in? Who knows? But yeah, Anthony Sarson, Mick is cool. The final episode of the Haddencote Tramway edited route building series has released on YouTube. The route itself hasn't released yet, because I want to make a few simple sessions for it first. But the last episode's released. Okay. That's quite good. I don't know if we're going to have the asphalt between these areas or not. Can anyone do a dummy mummifies, or is it just me? I don't know what that means. Is that a shredder? Like a paper shredder? Oh, I saw that, but I was busy. I was watching. I'll watch it right. Ah, have fun. Okay, so now I want to find the correct pipe asset. I'm thinking... Let's have a look at the refinery down here. What sort of pipes did I use over here? Yes, I'm seeing it. What pipe as it is this? Is that the single one? Yes. I think maybe the single one might be quite nice. Although, what did I have on top of the... Okay, just those connecting up like that to that, okay. Apparently it's the shredded emote. Interesting. That's the best you can do. Alright. Yes, hello. So, thing one, I've heard the pipes got married last week. Okay, so let's experiment with this a bit. I might go back and forth to see how I connected them up last time. Hopefully we'll have enough space here. Okay, so like that. Wait, if you're in a jail cell, then it wouldn't be kidnapping. Wouldn't it be arrest? Since to lock you in a jail cell, he'd probably be police. Okay, so let's have a quick look. So that fits over top. How do you know he's not a cop? Okay, so... Okay, yeah, that's one of them. And then we have kind of yellow pipe connecting in with the other ones. I'm not an officer, I swear. I don't think so anyway. Okay, so let's have, actually, let's see. What would it look like if it were just these connected like that? This is not necessarily permanent. Perhaps this asset would be better. With many different... Oh no, that's the fence. Didn't mean to grab the fence. I wanted to grab these... Is that? Yeah, that's the refinery rack it's called. Although I'm not sure if you'd really have that many different pipes if it's just one resource going in and one other one going out. Okay, so what if this just kind of came into there? And then, actually no, I wanted to grab that asset first. And then maybe this being down a little bit lower. Although if it's just one thing coming in and out, full commitment is what I'm thinking of. Oh, sure. Okay. So let's see. Oh, it's a song. Ah. Okay, so. Yeah, I think the bigger ones look a bit better here. So, let's see. Okay, so I'll put this in like this provisionally. And I'll probably change it up later to look a little bit more realistic. But for now, I just want to get an idea of what it might look like. On-stream chat box is full today. It's full today. Ah. Next to Charlie's face cam. Oh, hello. That would be over in that direction. Okay, so let's see. Okay, where should we have the car park for this facility? I mean, perhaps we can just have it in here amongst the other buildings. So we'll have to have the fence going along here. Back in my day, used to be above. Yeah, it did used to be above. You're right. Just want me to type out a Rodney statement. A Rodney statement. I think it might be a good idea to keep bank statements out of the chat. Back in my day, chat boxes had proper positions, not this newfangled sideways business. A rotten statement, but now good. It's the stream. It's not a bank statement, it's funny statements. I mean, who knows? Your bank statement might be a funny statement. Depends on how much money's in your bank account. Is it about cobblestone? Might be. Okay, would this asset fit in here? Yes, it would. Good. Although I will put the road a little bit lower. Okay. And this is probably going to go to there. And you can enter this way. I'll go ahead and grab, because I might want to use the road markings to paint on the parking spots, or at least the bit in the middle. Because I do really quite like the looks of this. So I think that would be quite nice. Also, we might have a road transfer facility here as well. Hello, welcome back. Ah. Is that a reference to something, or? Ah. Wasn't aware. The guy you posted a video of. Don't know. Okay. I did read it. I just didn't read it out loud. Okay, so let's see. Should I have another fence around here? Or should I just have this open? I think I'll just have it a bit open. Although I do want to get some of those other textures, just to get a bit of a better feeling of what it'll look like. You should read it out loud. I can see how you might say that, but I think maybe not this time. Because I've been building the Haddon-Cott tramway, I've gotten a bit more used to working with single textures in large areas, because I want that to be parallax compatible. So that means mixing textures isn't really a great idea in most cases. So since this isn't, parallax compatible, this route anyways, I can mix textures however I wish. Let's see, I'm going to paint a little bit of this and then I'm going to mix it with other textures as well, just to see how this will look. A version of yours should not a suggested requirement of the stream. Should not be, right. I can finish the statement. I don't know. Do you really think it's worth it? I've actually seen Pan Am trains in ME. I've never seen them. Actually, I might not even need these road markings here. Maybe if I just put in a little dirt strip or something like that between here to indicate the area. Yeah. I mean, I don't really see the humor in that. If you'd like to explain, I'd be more than willing to listen. As a kid, I was close to the train because the railroad crossing and the cars would stop. It was so cool to see a train go by. Aww. You watch the video, you will. Perhaps. But I don't have the time to watch right now. Okay, after putting down this little bit of texture work, I'm going to see what sort of buildings I want on this plot. I think I might... I think I might cut this off over here. Or over here like that. And I'm not sure if I'll want warehouses or anything over here. Maybe one over on the side of the road here. That could work. When do you all last see Saturn IRL? Consciously. Do you mean the planet or the god? The gas giant. No, I haven't seen Saturn IRL. I have seen it while ago. Alright, yeah, you have to open up the advanced menu for the keyboard shortcut to work. Okay, that looks quite nice, I think. Although that's not really straight enough, I'll have to move that over a bit. More like that, good. Okay, so let's just put a little building there. And some of these buildings I may replace, because some of them may be packaged or something like that. That looks distinctly European. Hold on. Let's go over to one of these buildings, SAP Old Factory, yes. I know I've seen it around 10 years back, but I have no idea when I've last seen it. I think I've seen it sometime this summer. Yeah, that looks quite good. There's a building you might have over here. I'll give it a little bit more space. Thank you. Congratulations. Were you near the ocean when you saw it? I think so, yes. Well, I'm too damn tired. I just can't keep my eyes open, so I'm off to sleep. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Have fun sleeping. Okay, so that looks quite nice there. Is there enough space back here? I think there is. You can get a truck or something around here. Now, what do we need over on this bit? Actually, looking at it, that might make for a better car park over here. Other than you would have to cross the road. Let's see. Well, I suppose I could have the entrance here. I'll use the same height as I did over here. So, is ATS this weekend or next weekend? If it is this weekend, I could probably join. No, it is CTs too. Next week and the week after, I'm sure, yeah. Only got one more day and then I get 2-day break. Ah, do you mean 2-day break from school or work? Or from watching my streams? No, you never get breaks from that. Okay, so let's see. Would that be too much space for a car park? Maybe if I have this connect over here like that. And maybe having this coming out around like this, and then I can put grass underneath this bit. Both work and high school. Ah, nice. Do you know what you're going to do yet with your newfound free time? Sure it is. How do you stay motivated to continue making routes? I almost never can. Well, I used to get, not unmotivated, I used to get more motivated about new projects all the time, but part of it is because I have so much experience making routes and trains, I'm now at the point where they tend to turn out the way that I imagine them. Previously, when I built a route, it almost never turned out the way I imagined it. I was imagining these great scenic, realistic vistas and things like that. And then when I actually built it, it didn't look that great. So then I kind of was like, well, that didn't turn out great, but I could make this other thing, and that would turn out much better, and then I tried doing that and things like that. But yeah, like I said, now that I've got more experience, they do tend to turn out the way I imagine, which of course helps with staying motivated. And also, I mean, with the Milton Valley Railroad specifically, I'm only working on it for 2 hours a week twice, if the streams are all on, which means that it is moderated in a way. I'm not burning myself out on the project because I'm constantly working on it, and that also helps. But yeah. But I think that if you're still learning something, whether it's building Trainz routes or coding or making games or whatever, anything that has larger projects, I think that if you've, in the process of making something, if you've gained more, actually, do I even need that there? I don't think so. I can think that might just go underground. Yeah, if you're in the process of doing something and you feel like you've actually learned more in the process of doing it, then I think canceling a project or calling it short and then starting something new is not necessarily bad. I mean, if it gets to the point where you never finish anything and you really want to finish something, then of course that's a different thing. But while you're learning, I think that's fine. And then back to school and work for a long time. Probably work on my WMV, WZ, and VH during the weekend. Ah, that railway, you mean? Nice. I can go. Want one of my delicious invisible cookies? As opposed to what other invisible cookies? Which, with a VH and whatever, is what I'm calling the map that I was supposed to work on. Ah. I would ask you to share pictures on Discord, but I know that you're not on Discord. Oh yes, please. Do they feature curry and algae? I'll be learning robotics in high school with a guy I know from MIT, and it seems and looks easy. Ah. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Ooh, are you going to use Raspberry Pis in your learning process? Do you know already? Because I know some people who've also done stuff with robotics, and they seem to like using Raspberry Pis quite a lot for that. Right, I gotta go. Okay, thank you for stopping by. Always nice having you in chat. Gotta go eat dinner. Sure, be sure to have a Raspberry Pi. Alright, see ya. Enjoy. See ya. Bye. In case you're wondering what a Raspberry Pi is, it is a kind of like a very basic what are these? A Raspberry Pi. It is basically a, I'm not sure if they have them over in USA, but here, let me quickly find it. Here we go. A Raspberry Pi. There we go. A series of small single-board computers developed in the United Kingdom by the Raspberry Pi Foundation in association with Broadcom, blah, blah, blah. Originally leaned towards the promotion of tech, basic computer science, and so on. Yeah, so the very basic computers that you can do basic stuff with, and you can do quite a lot with them. I used to go to a tech jam, and a lot of people there use these for all sorts of stuff. I would suggest you have a look at them. Yeah, so Raspberry Pi, like that. Oh, it's actually from here. Yeah. I'm sure you'd be able to order them online. I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure about the US. I think you should probably be able to order them online, even to the US or something like that. I would imagine. Bakery might have some. Okay, so let's get some... I was about to say let's get some car assets, but I'm not sure that I want to do that yet, because that might impact performance, and I maybe should only do that after I've already built some of the other stuff, so that it doesn't lag while I'm building that other stuff. Come on, load in. That car. Do you remember that car? I think that's the only instance of that car on the entire map, because of that story that we associated with it in that episode. Which way? That way around. Got a bit turned around there. We might... Maybe we should have a footbridge going over it, but not sure how realistic that would be. Fictionalized version exists in Crazy Taxi. Alright. Cadillac Eldorado. Eldorado. And we could have parked cars over here as well, but... I'd like to utilize this area for car parking, but not sure if... It seems a bit cumbersome to park over here, then walk all the way over here, walk through here, then walk all the way back. Maybe a... Yeah, but a footbridge wouldn't really look very realistic. I suppose we could have another set of gates over here, but yeah. Or maybe I just shouldn't use that as the car park. Maybe having some parked over here might work, after all. But just lags on the footbridge? Nah, I want this area to look realistic. Alexis, yes. Okay, so... Alright, now I remembered. I want to get the railgate. I remember playing a game called The Crew 2, which is a racing game, and they have Eldorado. Yes, that's the one where you can change vehicles spontaneously, isn't it? Between a road, airplane, and water. Like road, air, and water. It is also has it in the air traffic. Ah, I see. Okay, so... let's see. Yeah, that's gonna work. That will work quite nicely. Right, that's not the right kind of spine. Hold on. There we go. And then that is that S? No, that's Q to split. Got to move it slightly, I think. And then move those a bit closer so that the fence actually connects. Yeah, air, water, and land. I had the first one and then got the second during the pandemic. Ah. Yeah, I'm not that into racing games. I mean, the concept of playing a game like that, where you're like fast reactions racing down along something, I'm fine with. Like, for example, I'd really like a game called Thumper or something like that. It's just when it's in a realistic context, I'm not that fond of it, because I'm not that fond of racing IRL. Just curious, has anyone ever driven a vehicle larger than a bicycle IRL? Do you mean a real one or a virtual one? What? Soft more in school. That term means, I've heard it in films, but I don't know what it means. Does that mean it's your first year or something like that? Are we going to measure things in bicycles again? I know, I can't drive currently. Why is that? Yes, sometimes with this version of Trainz, I find that it just moves junctions if you add in, if you split it, because that junction was moved all the way up here. Means second year in US. Ah, then what is the first year then? What's the name for the first year? Okay, so that looks quite nice, I think. I think I'll place a few trees along here just to see what that would look like. Oh, trees and or bushes. I've only ever driven 2 bicycles and I didn't own either. Rented for a day. Yes. Nice. Freshman is year 1. Ah. Is there a special word for year 3 as well? Hold on, what did I want to get? Oh right, the tree assets. Right, over here. Did you see the red pin? That one, yes. Passengers. Right, yeah, we don't need that one anymore. That's on the... Oh, what layer is that on? Is that just on the normal layer? Oh, it is. Huh. Yeah, my other routes I put the pins on the other thing. And junior is 3rd year. 4th year is senior. Oh, and there are only 4 years. I see. And what sort of privileges come with that? Except for perhaps segregating the students, like a class system. Like, because to me that's what I think of immediately. If people get assigned titles, then unless those titles give specific abilities, permissions, then that's what I go to. How do you guys do it do it over the Great Lakes? Over the Great Lakes? I've never been over a Great Lake. Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry. You're asking the wrong people here. Sorry. I have no idea what the classifications are like for school here. or over the Great Lakes. So yeah, something like that I think might look quite nice. Well, I'm not too sure about the stuff on the left. I might keep this a little bit more open, actually. When you're a senior at WA, you can go to Senior Lounge, and people are trying to run for office. Office, you mean as in school politics, or do you mean as in city politics? A small model box with a Union Jack plastered all over it. You open the lid and me and Shada raise our hands. Okay, yeah, something like that. I think. Okay, and then this road will continue on over here someplace, and then probably... Actually, hold on. Do we need a road that connects down here? That we might. Oh yeah, we do. So that'll just connect up with that then. Ah, what's the matter? Yeah, pond. Ah, pond. It is. I think it was because of the typo. Ah, right. Okay, so let's see. Actually, let's quickly make this look a little bit better, because that way I can more easily picture what this will look like when it's finished. 1 second, this shouldn't take too long. Just adding a little bit of texture variation. Need a bit of... I want a bit of this kind of earth texture over here as well. Actually, what were those... the city grass textures? That's the one I wanted over here. Maybe not that much, hold on. Also, since there is something, a vehicle supposed to go back here, maybe not that much. Too much of a fast typer? Yes, I know the feeling. Running for office? Yeah, class president, vice president, can't remember the rest. And what does that do? Do they get to decide things for the school? Like, what power do they have over how the school is run? Yeah, something like that I think looks quite nice. I'm just gonna add a little bit more over here as well, just because we're already busy doing this, and this looks quite bland otherwise. Vice principal? I don't know. I don't follow stuff in high school. I just do my classes and talk with people sometimes. Alright, that is fair enough. If I were in your place, I probably wouldn't either. Although, who knows, you might uncover corruption. Corruption in office? Oh, don't worry, we're just talking about school. It's not a big deal. No, of course it isn't a big deal in that case. I'm of course being insincere. Okay, so I'll need a little bit more of this texture. The city dirt, or grass, or whatever it's called. Along here as well, I think. Insincerity 101. Don't believe anything someone says when they're being insincere. Yes. A little bit of this along here as well, perhaps. It's a bit too... Right, there we go. Oh, 101%. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, so I think that's quite good. Now, what are we going to put in here? Because if we're not going to have this as a car park, maybe just a warehouse. Who knows? Is that like a shop or something? Hold on. Actually, that could be useful somewhere. I'll put that over here. That looks like the sort of asset that might become useful over here. Okay, scrolling up, scrolling up. Maybe, maybe something like that. Although, what would this be used for, if anything? Maybe I should just change, maybe it should just be left empty. Not everything has to be filled with stuff. Maybe if I just painted on some of this mossy, gravelly grass texture over here. Maybe at a bakery. Not back here, I think. Yeah, just something like this. Okay. This will look better when I add grass over the bits as well. Although now that I'm looking at it, maybe just having a little bit of this texture along here with the fences might work quite nicely as well. So which one is this one? I haven't set this up yet. No. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll set that up later. What I miss? Doing a bit of texture work. Building them we are, yes, indeed. Okay, so I'm quite happy leaving some of this as green over here, greenery. But maybe I should try adding in the retaining wall above where the main line is. Hi, Kanger. Kanger? Just heard us finding a shop to potentially use, as well as my suggestion of adding a bakery. Bakery being a German word for bakery, yes. So, let's see. Which way around does it? It needs to go the other way around, okay. That's fine. And then, how deep is that? Not that deep. Okay, so it could still work. Could still work. So maybe something like that. Yeah, it's just not really deep enough. I might add some bushes or something to cover up the edge. Then let's make this go relatively straight. Okay, well, I'm bored. Well, maybe you could start work on your Trainz route if you've got a bit of time left. But George, how did I stream? Nah, it's fine. Okay, I'll flatten a little bit more of this terrain down here, just so that it's coming up to the retaining wall flat, kind of until we get to back there, and then it's fine to kind of curve back up. A little bit of this away as well, a little bit like that. A little bit over here. And then, yeah, I just need to cover up this kind of edge there. So let's try with the... Sorry, it's too quiet in my room and I love watching your guys' streams. Oh, thank you. Very kind of you to say. Yeah, I'm gonna get the shrubs, put the shrubs down. Maybe if I say the word bush enough times, eagle will show up, who knows. Shall we try it? 3, 2, 1, bush, 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 bush. And no eagle. Yeah. Magic summoning words are just not what they used to be. The summoning! Eagle, come here! Yeah, I'm gonna need more because I'm going to have to kind of fill this entire brown bit. Also, I might use a different texture aside from the grass here, just to kind of make the edge a little bit less obvious. Yeah, I'll have a look for ballast or dirt. But yeah, as a concept, I do quite like that. Let's have a look at dirt. Goes outside, looks at dirt. Right, now that that was very productive, let's go back inside and continue building the route. Come on. Come, there we go. This one perhaps? Nope. This one? Maybe. Looks a little too red, I think. Although I do like the color. Just looks a bit too red, I think. Although I will put a little bit of it over here, just in case I need it later. This one? Nope. That one? Nope. This one? No. Dirt one. Too green. Search ballast? Yes, that's what I was going to do next, in case I didn't find anything useful here. Remember some of these old assets. Actually, is the Schwarzwald route on the DLS? Might be worth having a look at that, if it is. Man, the pizza is cold. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? Okay. Sure is. The Black Forest. It is. Do I have that downloaded? Hold on. Let's quickly have a look. Like Black Forest in Maine? No. The one in Germany. Germany? Yeah, Germany. Hold on, upload date. No snow. Are these? Hold on. Let's have a look. Let's category route. Yeah, the original is unknown location. It's probably the best example of just how far Trainz has evolved in the past 3 years. Ah. I'll download that for later. So, ballast. Okay, the Black Forest, Schwarzwald, yes. I mean, this texture is quite similar, but it's just a bit too bright, I think. Although I'll put it over here as well, for later. I know this isn't the most exciting bit. Ah, there we go! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get better than that. Although, maybe. I mean, maybe there could be one that's maybe a little bit of a lower scale. That's the only thing I could think of, but... Actually, that one might be better than that one. Hold on. Actually, is that... Ah, yeah, I think that's a bit better. That other one. Yes, this! Ah, this! Yes! I think we can stop searching. Okay, so let's grab that texture, and then undo these ones. Use. Okay, then just draw along this for a little bit, just to hide that edge a bit more. Okay, like that. Yeah, that already looks much smoother. Let's quickly save, and then I'll have a look at the other retaining wall we have here to see if this texture would also be useful there. The answer is no, because it's right against the tracks. So we don't actually have any of that dark texture there, that brown texture there. Okay, so I'll place some more of these bushes, just because I think that the way this area ends up looking up here is going to impact the way that the bottom area looks a lot. So it's really a good idea to get this a little bit more finished. Yeah, I can already, yeah, that, see, it's already starting to come together. Just a few bushes along here. Look at that, with the view over the industrial area and the river curving that way with the banks and things. Doesn't that look nice? And the good thing about this is that it's not just going to be for through trains either. It's just... because the route's going to end up back there, but it's also for switching, because this track on the left of the 3 tracks is the yard lead. So, there you go. Picturesque would be a severe understatement. Ah. I think finished would be a severe understatement. No, overstatement is what I meant. Yes, overstatement. Okay. Maybe lower that down a little bit to there. Raise a little bit of this up again. Rotate it like that, and then if we're going to place one more in like here, raise that up to fill in that little gap on the right. How does that look? Yeah, I do quite like that, but it is a bit too tall. I do prefer it to be a little bit cut back here. Or at least just a bit shorter plants, really. Not necessarily cut back. Maybe they're only growing like this naturally. Okay. Just because it opens up the view a bit more. If there were more bushes around this area, they'd not stand out as much, I find. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. I don't think they really stand out that much. I just don't really want them to cover up everything. Because I want when you're sitting in a coach or something here, and you're looking out the window, I want you to be able to look out the window and have a view of the port and things like that. Which if it's all shrubbery, you won't. Plus they won't even let you through even if you do bring them one. Hello, welcome back. Okay, and here I'll add a few of them just there. Just to fill that in a little bit. How does that look? If it's, yeah, that doesn't look great if the greenery is poking through. Unfortunate. Although if I line that up just enough with a buttress, then that'll work, I think. I hope. Bro, my friend was shocked when I told her that I got confused for a girl and she was dying of laughter. Yes, I think you've already told me that before, unless this is a new event. A new and separate event, I should say. I'm unsure if I have something to comment on that. And if so, what that might be. But I see. Ah, now you're speaking in rhymes already. You can tell a stream has gone on for a little while too long when people in chat start talking in rhymes out of tiredness. New event. Ah, I see. I mean, I suppose if you look like you looked with when the first event happened, it's probably not that unlikely that the second event will happen. Come on. I need to... yeah, that's near the pivot. Rotating won't help. Because sometimes if it's poking through like that, I can rotate the object like that to hide it behind. But if the bit that's poking through the wall is near the pivot of the object, then that obviously won't help, because then you're not moving it by rotating, you're just rotating it by rotating. Okay. Save. You never know when it might crash. Speaking of that, there we go, I've downloaded it now. I'll have a look at that later. What does that look like? Imagine, well, it'll be on the right here, but hold on, does that? It's the it's the cutoff for the textures. It's poking through a bit from further away. Might need to do something about that. She kept thinking I was a girl because I wear a mask and don't talk much. Well, that's not so bad then. At least I wouldn't think so. Yeah, I quite like that. And then a few more over here. If you're going the other way, yeah, if you're going on the yard lead, looking down that way, I quite like that. I think this retaining wall is taller than it looks, because if you're building something in Trainz, then it's quite easy to underestimate the sizes of things, because your camera is well, so far away. Yeah, because if you look at things... Hold on, I've got to move that slightly, 1 second. There we go. Like if I look at that wall, it does look quite tall. Yes, I know, now I'm doing the rhyming. But if I zoom in to first person mode, you look up at it and you're walking around like this, then that suddenly looks a lot taller than it did a moment ago, doesn't it? Look at that! I think those two traits alone aren't very telling of one's general. I digress. No, I think Mikkel probably meant that because of wearing the mask, you can really see his face, and not talking much means that you might not have heard his voice. So could have assumed that they might have a more feminine voice. Who knows? That's how I interpreted that message. And my cousins kept saying I look like a girl, and I don't know why they keep saying that. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to get a reaction out of you. Because depending on how you react to that, like if it gets you riled up a little bit, then that's maybe what they're going for. In which case, either ignoring it or just shrugging, literally just shrugging, might be the best course of action. Because at that point you're withholding the thing that they're after, which is the reaction. And so they wouldn't have any reason of continuing, if that is indeed how that situation is, which it may very well not be. I don't know. Okay. So, that's quite good. I'll have to fix something about that poking through there. That's not so good, but yeah, that's just lodding. She was shocked, I see. Okay, now over here. Stuff. Yeah, this thing, this. Because that's the cement unloader. Which may not need a building? I don't know. Yeah, because this looks like it connects up to something else. Not really sure what it's supposed to connect up to. But that, yeah, it's too wide to connect up here. Although, Maybe that could look quite good here, kind of attached to this a bit. Is that lined up? I think that's about lined up. Needs to be rotated slightly if I want this to be here. Not sure if I do, but I might. And when alright, I just say, I don't know, to my cousins. Okay, so is that good there, or would it be better just to be just grasses and things? What would this be for? I don't know. I really don't know. And in that case, it's probably not a good idea to have it there. I mean, if I'm going to have warehouses and things along here, maybe... Like, the thing is, I don't know what that's supposed to connect to. It says coal mine expansion, so... Maybe it's... I don't know. Maybe if I can find a good factory or something like that to put that on. A storage shed and... Never mind. Yeah, storage shed, true. But it's quite large. And why would it be built onto the retaining wall like that? Like, why would you need a storage shed there? That's my point. Maybe the assets thumbnail has the rest of the building in the series of it? Perhaps, but I'm not really looking for coal mine assets at the moment. Okay, so maybe something like this asset. JR Industrial Building. Actually, hold on. That's a bit... Is the stream buffering at all? That's gone into the yellow. Hold on 1 second. Is that good? That's green now. Okay. Alright. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by. It's lovely having you. Yeah, just something like that. I think I quite like that building there. It's quite tall. And I like that shed over on the side of it. Although I'm probably going to need to cut away some of the hill there for it to look realistic. Okay. And then I might just use some bit of rock texture on here, because if that's been dug into the hill, then it might very well be rocky. And actually, since it's a bit of a smaller area, I think I can get away with using a bit of a smaller brush size as well. Yeah, just a bit like that, and a bit up here as well. Okay, that's quite nice. And maybe the same thing along here. Okay, over here as well, maybe. Although this looks a bit too built up for that, maybe. Maybe putting a retaining wall along here as well. Just around this bit. I'm just gonna do this quite quickly. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. That way around. And then setting it to that height I used before. And try to bring it quite close in. Not too close though. Then bringing that in there. And this probably coming around like that. Yep, like that. And then maybe just having the rock along here. Although if this is that close to the tracks, maybe reducing the size of the brush. Well, not the brush, the texture. Pops272, hello if you're not a bot. Maybe if you change the train and or turntable position so that the retaining wall gets to hug it. Maybe. I'll have a look. Oh, hello, welcome. Glad to know you're not a bot. How are things? The issue with the turntable is that I think it's on a it's on a grid like that. So, and because it's that height difference, I can't really move it that close. And though the wall isn't deeper, so kind of has to be like that. But I think that it might actually look quite nice like this, because I can put in more bushes over it as well. What was here before? Oh, right, sorry, I forgot. Had the same color as well as last time. Ah, oh yes, of course, now I remember. Sorry, I'd forgotten about that. In the past, some say I'm not human. Oh. Not human in a good way, or in a bad way? Maybe something like that. Actually, maybe I can make that a bit smooth. Oop, not like that. Maybe we can make that a bit smoother by pulling it down a bit. A little bit more over here. Yeah, also sorry about the lack of Trainz live streams recently. Things have just been coming up. And put that a little bit closer to the turntable. Then we can still have that hugging feeling, perhaps, like that. Actually, that is quite nice up here. Maybe I'll even put it all the way up to the edge of the turntable. Who knows? I'll have to put bushes up there to then see what it'll look like. I'll flatten this out a little bit here as well. Just so we don't have that ramp approaching the retaining wall, because I don't think that looks very realistic. Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably going to look best if I do actually... I don't know. I'll leave it like this for now. I'll leave it like this for now, and then... Yeah, because I originally did want to work on this area a bit more, so that's what we'll do. Work on that area down there. Right. I think I'm going to have a little... Well, I'm going to have the grass all the way along here. And then maybe a little bit over here as well. Just down here. Then I'll grab the city, some of the other city textures from over here, like the city dirt. That's the wrong one. I wanted this one. Just along some of these bits. And then a little bit along here as well. Back here, definitely. Okay, like that. And then perhaps a little bit of this kind of gravelly texture along here as well. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Whoa, that crane needs to be repositioned. It goes into train cars. I will have a look. Yeah, I do quite like this texture along here because it fits quite nicely with the color of the shed. And then maybe a little bit of a cracked texture along here as well. Cracked asphalt. The animated on rails one, yeah, I'll have a look at it in a moment. That one. Ah, right, I see. I might not use the animated one then. Because it does have a static version as well. 316 degrees. What height? Height 390. Now I'll delete that one and replace it with this one here. Because I do quite like the position of it. And then that'll have to go up a little bit like so. Maybe move it down slightly. There we are. Maybe move it up a little bit again, like that. Okay. Yeah, just looking at the texture work like this, that, or stuff over here. Well, that's not really finished yet, but stuff like that, you can see that it's starting to come together a bit more. What a lazy crane, it has become true. I want something quite long, not that thick here. So I'll hop back over to the city and see what sort of buildings we've used there, and see if I've got one here that will probably fit. I want one that doesn't sorry, that doesn't have platformers or something. Maybe this one. Actually, that might fit quite nicely here. Not that much space for it, but then again, it doesn't need that much space. Yeah, I think if I add in a little bit more space over here like that. Maybe if I cut away a little bit more of the rock. Just so there's a bit more space over here. Something like so. Something like so. Get out your mining drills, folks. Or pickaxes. Whichever's handier. Okay, and then I think I'll add in a little bit more of the green texture around there as well. I'd pick the drill. Ha. Yes, very funny. Need a bit of this texture along here, just to make it look a little bit less clean. Although that's a bit too much there, hold on. Okay. Maybe a little bit of this one, who knows? Is this one a bit cracked? Yes, good. Maybe having a little bit more of the kind of gravelly texture there, and then some of the greener dirt texture maybe along here a little bit. Something like that. I think that fits quite nicely. Okay. Although maybe would look better if I moved it over slightly like that, just to have a little bit more space. Yeah, that looks much nicer, I think. Like that. Actually, hold on. Let me quickly check something. 1 second. Is that? Yes, that is good. Right, so next. Right, we need a warehouse with a platform here, because this is one of our general goods unloaders. What's being checked? I just checked something on Twitch for the stream. Okay, so what object would we want? What haven't we used yet? Maybe this one? Storage? Peterson storage? Perhaps. Right. Let's see what this would look like. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice over here. And the rotation, actually the rotation is almost perfect. Hold on. That looks good, I think. Maybe a tiny little bit more like that. Okay. maybe add a little bit more track here so that we have a bit more space for the bumper to go. Okay. Now, if we are going to have this blue crane here, which actually, originally I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it there, but I do quite like the looks of it. Just don't know if we've got the space. Like, what is this even for? It's got... Actually, that looks like it's for containers, unloading containers. That's not great, because containers are one thing that isn't unloaded here. Yeah, because containers come in via the intermodal train station and then get unloaded as onto trucks, which then come out here. They're not being transported along the river. So there might be a different version of this crane with a different attachment, perhaps? Well, it's got a 1 in the title. Let's have a look. USA crane, nope, crane dock. Maybe there's only the high detail version, even though it's got 1 in the name. Maybe the other ones have other attachments. I don't know if there are many other ones. Add-on underscore crane, what do you mean? Is that a Gmod reference or something? Yeah, this crane doesn't really work here, unfortunately. Oh, Matterhorn, right. Right. Yeah, this doesn't make sense here. I've got to delete it. I have to delete it. Although maybe we can use the animated version of this crane here. Because we haven't used the animated version before because of the placement, but maybe that'll work. I'd love to be turned this way. Raise it up a little bit more, like that. Also, another thing that was brought up was moorings. Well, yeah, mooring points. It's just fishing out the boxes. Yes. I'll need a barge there. Yeah, barge assets. Or maybe if I just searched for boat. If it's finding a lot of different stuff for boat. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, just fishing them out. At the moment, yes. What's this? Not what I want. We've got longboats, but that doesn't really work. Cargo ship. Yeah, but I think that might be a bit too large for this. Although, I'll search for it anyway. after I've looked through the list. Yeah, these barges are too big. This is tugs. Yeah. Too big and too concretey. Because if you didn't know, the Liberty ships that were built, I think around for the Second World War, they were cheap to build, didn't last very long, but they gave numbers, and I think they were built out of concrete. Liberty ships. If I recall correctly. Could be mistaken. Yeah, better look it up. Actually, this might work. Where does it... lower down. Lowers down there. Come on. Where does the animation drop off? There. Okay. That's quite far away. Maybe I could have a little... Oh, that would make sense. I was thinking maybe a little pier or something, but that wouldn't make sense. I'll have a look for cargo. Cargo ship. I mean, that looks nice. Although, I'm not sure we'll really have much space for it along here. Could you put a black texture of the ship's load? Don't think it's necessary. Yeah, that doesn't really look like much of a river-going vessel to me. It looks a bit too large. I mean, these are called river barge. I've got one of those assets over there. Maybe something like that could work, actually. Steamships. Also, wouldn't the ship be closer to the docks, or maybe move the crane further away? Well, yes, that's what I said about lining it up. The gap is a bit odd, but yeah, even if I added a larger vessel like this, it still wouldn't really work that well, I think, maybe. Oh, maybe if you added a jetty to the ship. Well, I don't think the ship would get very far with a jetty attached. And I did think about maybe having it attached to here. Maybe? I don't know. I can try. But I'll look through the rest here. Yeah, that's Liberty ship again. We've got these ones, which actually look quite nice. I might place some more of these ones around here, actually. Yeah, these are nice. Yeah, for some reason when I think of cargo ships, I think of like modern big container ships, like for example the one that got stuck in the Suez Canal, like that sort of size and thing. Don't really think of these kind of ships. Well, you place a Hercules. Hercules, you mean... Oh, you don't mean the Greek one. Do you mean, like, the tugboat, or what do you mean? Ever given. Ah. Right. So you've got a jetty like this, which might work. We'd need some sort of stairs going up. Mr. Snipes, hello! There's a really good set of lacquer ship types in the DLS. Ooh, what are they called? Also, hello, welcome. Oops, I mistyped that. It's been so long, but it's an excellent set of steam airships. Is there enough space for the stairs like that? I used them on my route. Do you know who made them? Interesting. No, there should be plenty of space for this. Especially if I want the steps to be... Actually, but that's... See, the steps aren't straight like that. That's weird. It's like even though I bring them in closer, they're still angled that way. That is really odd, yeah. I could have something like that, but then we wouldn't have any sort of platform for it to go on to. Oh well, we'll see. Make a jump for it. Steps built and designed by Dr. Seuss Co. It does look a bit like it, yeah. I mean, maybe a stairs object like this might look better. I think that's a bit too large. Maybe something like that. Industrial stairs. Yeah, but just have something like... Actually, is there one facing the other way? Don't think so. Place the apples in pairs. What do you mean by that? Temp locked. Yes. Okay, so to get that angle correct. Yeah, this is tricky because it's not just the height, it's also the fact that the wall is slanted. I went up the apples. Oh right, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't look perfect. Maybe this asset would look better? Actually, that might look better. Let's try it. I guess I could rotate it a bit like that, so that it went along the angle. A bit of a big step at the end there, but it doesn't have to be that perfect. Just so that you can see that you can actually get down there. Besides, I can increase the height of the jetty a little bit to compensate. Yeah, a bit orange. Why not? Or we just place a door going into the retaining wall. I think you just have the stairs going up the outside, really. I think it might look better with shadows on as well. Actually, maybe having a derrick up here would be quite suitable. Because then you could lift up boxes and things like that as well without having to use the big crane. Derrick. A little bit over this way still. Like there. Yeah, so then you can load that stuff as well. Yes, you can, if there's something docked here, but there's still that gap between the ship and the dock, unfortunately. But it looks a bit better, I think. Maybe I could add more of these kind of jetties along the sides down there so you can actually get up and down. Okay, well, let's get a thumbnail, and then that'll be that. I know, the docks are tunnels, yeah. Rope spline? I don't know. There is a mooring rope. Yes. You mean to kind of block this off on the side? Tie the chip to the jetty. But for this too. I mean, if they're that far away, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just leave it like this, and I'll get a thumbnail, and then we'll see what we'll do next. I mean, I can have a look at what it would look like if it were to sag a bit. Depends on what the resolution of the spline is. Yeah, you're right, that does look a bit better. Save again, and then we'll get a thumbnail. Yeah, can't fix anything about that. What was the last what did the last thumbnail look like? Hold on, I'll quickly look up on YouTube. One second. Oh right, yeah, it was the city, of course. And then that bit. Then actually, yeah, that's probably going to be quite nice. Though maybe no, I thought I pressed Alt U. Hold on. There we go. Going into flying camera mode. Maybe something like that. Who knows? Yeah, I think the time of day is okay. Or maybe something like that with the wall. Maybe that. On thumbnail, those bushes on the right would probably end up being indistinguishable from the forest behind. Perhaps. Perhaps. Just a bit tricky sometimes to... Oh, that's not what I meant. That is what I meant. Yeah, it can sometimes be a bit tricky to get the... With these streams where it's just a lot of different stuff on a large area, it's difficult to get what you've worked on a thumbnail. Crane? I don't know. Maybe something from up here. Maybe like that with a bit of an increased render distance. Did that actually increase it? Hold on. That might work. Yeah, I think that'll work quite nicely. Oh, it is raining, you're right. Anyway, one of those will work. So thank you all very much for watching. It's good to be back with Trainz, and I'll see you next time. So this stream will of course be archived, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming, pups.